Okay, we have graphics card installed, and what we're going to install next is hard drive. It's a Western Digital 1 terabyte, and we'll hook that up with a special 6 ribbon, so I call it. It's 6 gig data transfer. It's the next step in serial ATA, and so the read and write is going to be super fast, twice as fast actually than normal serial ATA. And here we have Corsair 850 watt modular power supply. Why 850 and why not 1000 or 1200? A lot of people make that mistake and go way bigger than what they really need. So I'm just going with what I need. And this is actually a little bit of overkill for myself. Corsair has always been incredible with the way they're packaging, and their power supplies have always been great. So we've got the manual. This is the power supply. This should be the cabling. It's a nylon pouch actually. No, it's the cables are down there. What's in here? Oh, come on. Oh my god, holy Velcro! Alright, so it looks like you have your choice of cables. Holy, lots of cables. Holy man, check out the cables, man. Everything under the sun, it looks like. Wow. Your normal Molex. Wow. PCI Express, graphics cards, just everything under the sun. Wow. That's a lot of cables, of course. You mean power cord, and your motherboard connections, and some more zip ties. Yay, we love cable management. I suck at cable management. And nice velvety pouch. Cut this short, hold on. Okay, get that out of the way. If you hear something running, that'd be my air conditioner. It's actually very hot today, surprisingly. Just pop you off. Carefully. And of course, your main motherboard connectors are always on the directly into the power supply, but the modular is always nice because then you don't have extra cables that you're not using. So very nice. So now this is the part where if you're not an instruction person, you're gonna have to be, because there is no standard for the wiring scheme. This lovely mess up here. So that's always good. That's going to be fun. And the nice thing with the installing of the hard drive is the toolless design here. You just open that up. This whole rack comes out. That's for all of these, so you can have a nice RAID configuration going. And they just clamp on here, slide right in. And with the as I was showing earlier, the optical drives, you just press the button to release, press it again to lock after you take the front off. Very nice, love it. And I also love the design where all these cables is when you put in the power supply here, I'll show you later after I get everything set up. There's actually a hole down here, and you run your cables on the other side of the plate, and the back plate has an actual bulge in it, so the wires can run behind here, and then you got these rubber like peak holes here that they can come through and hook up all the way up to here, and they got some nice zip tie areas. You can get everything zip tied down tight and out of the way, so that's very nice. Because, like I mentioned earlier, I have cable management problems, so okay, we will get the rest installed here, and we will be back Alright, we have the power supply installed. And like I said, cable management sucks, but what I've learned in the past is don't tie anything down until you have everything up and running and tested, because you may have to cut all those ties. And that's not fun at all. So, okay, and what I wanted to show earlier was, okay, the hard drive is in here, and this top one, what this actually is, it's kind of cool. I didn't realize when I first did this, but this is actually for a 3.5 inch for from laptop size, basically, hard drives. So you can, if you want a smaller hard drive for whatever reason, I guess, you can. That's for the top. The rest are all 5.5 inch. So it's just that top one. I still have yet to install an optical drive. We have a major thunderstorm right now, so I'm going to wait until that passes, just for precaution, and we'll see. So my favorite part, is the obviously the power switches and all that fun stuff. So we'll take a look at the back of the case here, and I'll show you how it all routes in the back side. Okay, this is the other side of the PC, the back of the PC. What I want to show you is how the cables are routed back here. It's kind of cool. It really is. It's a different type of style, design, I don't know what, but all the wiring back here can be tied down, zip tied all along here in these zip tie downs, whatever you want to call them, and the wires come through the grommets here. And your hard drive, so it's very nice, wide and open back here, so you can set up a nice RAID if you wanted to. I'm probably going to install some more hard drives, so at least one, as a type of backup type thing. And also is the back of the CPU here. This is what I was talking about earlier, when this cutout wasn't quite big enough. So it actually doesn't serve its purpose, because I still would have to take out the motherboard in order to install a third-party, CPU cooler. So that kind of sucks. But this is the USB 3.0 cables. They're actually in the front, from what I showed you earlier, but there isn't a spot to hook them up on the motherboard inside, so you have to route the cables all the way back. Yep, that's right. Route them all the way back to here. So in a way that kind of sucks, but I'd rather have them in front anyway. So, and this is the side of the case here. This is so you can see the impression, outpression, whatever you want to call it. So the wires can fit back there underneath the side of the case. So okay, when things are settled down, we have a thunderstorm right now. I really don't feel like taking a risk with all this new equipment, trying to install anything else. So we have Microsoft Windows 7 Ultimate, 64-bit of course, because it would be stupid to have 12 gigs of memory and have a 32-bit system where you can only use up to 4. Alright, so we'll get that open and installed. I'm going to have to have Honey Deer mod out my desk, because this case actually will not fit where I want it to, so we're going to have to cut out a shelf on my desk, and it's going to be so much fun. So we'll probably do that tomorrow. For the meantime, I'm just going to put a cardboard down on the side of my desk, because we have carpeting, so I have that on the side so I can get things going with installing hardware, software. It's going to take forever to get all my software done, so alright, hopefully everything is good to go, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm about ready to boot this up, but what I want to watch or look at is, if you'll see right over in here, you won't see it right now, but you'll see it when it's booting up. This is a nice feature about this board. It has lights that, as it's booting up, what processor going in, like CPU, DRAM, VGA, all the way until it's completely booted. So if there's a problem, that red light will stay on whatever it's hanging up on, so you know exactly where the problem is, which is really nice, because there's so many times you have to troubleshoot, try to figure out what area a problem lies in, you know. So to have something like that just helps out tremendously if you ever have a problem. So okay, let's turn this sucker on, see what we get, shall we? Past the it's on the CPU, going to DRAM, then VGA. So that's a nice little feature about this, definitely. And we have boot up. I see that on the screen. Wait a second. And we have cursor. Now, it's not going to find anything right now because I haven't installed anything. We actually had kind of a hiccup here. The drive that I have wouldn't want to read the disk. So for some reason it just, I don't know if it just got old, if it just doesn't like it or whatever. So I had to run on a 2-hour round-trip drive to find another DVD drive. Yes, it sucks living in the middle of nowhere when you need something like that. My dog's chewing on a cow's ear right now, so ignore him. Sorry. Okay, so I got a new drive. So we got this new drive, which is right here. This is my old reliable Plexer, and I don't know what's going on with it. I'm guessing it's probably a firmware issue. Maybe I can get it working again after I install some new firmware for it. So hopefully this slide-on works well, and we'll see from there. But otherwise, everything looks good to go, and we will try to install Windows next. Yay! We have loading and writing. So I just put the disk in, and gonna install Windows 7 Ultimate on here. It should probably take about between 15 minutes to a half hour, depending. So once that's all done, we will be back. Alright, finally got Windows 7 installed. That was really painless and quick. It probably only took maybe 15 minutes. It was really quick. So now on the long, painful process of drivers, updates, and software. So this will probably take a while. It's probably the least favorite of everybody that builds new PCs. This is a long time coming. My old PC, I built that. It must have been about 2 weeks before dual cores came out, to give you an idea how old my old PC was. It was still on single core. And my dog is having fun playing with the styrofoam. My house is a disaster right now, and get that cleaned up. So if you want to know the exact specs of everything that went into this PC, I can provide links down below on the video, and if you have any questions, I'll try and answer them as best I can. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you all later.